Now, today we're going to start off by talking about influencers selling fake things. And obviously, everybody from the Kardashians on down has been accused of this. A lot of times, influencers will sell stuff that they don't even use,
Yeah.
or that they never would use.
Yeah.
In fact, a lot of them do. And
Except for us.
well, no, listen, I most of the stuff, well, I think anything that I've ever endorsed or said, hey, you should try this, I've used.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you know, it's one of those things where a lot of times, like when you get to a certain scale, right? Like we're not on that level.
No.
Where, you know, you've got hundreds of thousands of followers and you have like your own product line.
Yeah.
And that's where the criticism comes in, because it's like, yeah, are Kylie and Kendall really using the $20 makeup,
Yeah.
or are they using the spray on like high end crazy crap?
They're using
and we
very
know the
expensive
answer to
stuff.
that.
Yeah.
Like so I sent you a video, and this is an influencer who sold something fake, but it wasn't a product, it was himself. And it has brought down his entire ecosystem.
Okay.
Yeah. Seriously, watch this.
Okay.
We need gatekeepers in music. We need people who police how music gets made, who gets to make the music, and who gets to be famous because of the music they made. Of course, I'm referring to Giacomo Torra, one of the largest Instagram guitarists ever, who turns out was faking his solos. He was recording them at half speed and speeding them up and miming along, and then also stealing his solos note for note from smaller creators. Enter Rick Beato, gatekeeper. Rick is the largest channel on the internet for music. He has interviewed Sting, he has interviewed Pat Metheny, and when Giacomo came in to be interviewed by Rick, Rick refused to release the footage because Giacomo couldn't play. Giacomo knew how to play the social media game. He knew how to get the algorithm to recommend his stuff, and because of that, he was being touted as the next guitar hero. He had sponsorships, he had a signature guitar, until people started gatekeeping that behavior. Human beings like Rick Beato, and others like Danny Sapko. Gatekeepers are good.
What?
So first off, what I love about that TikTok, he's like, of course I'm referring to, and then proceeds to
Like,
say
where are you
a person's name I've never heard
You
of.
are deep in guitar TikTok. Right?
I don't know how it just kind of popped up, and I thought, I don't know who Giacomo Torra is, but I thought, well, that's interesting. So what he's doing,
How do you get away with that?
is he was he was speeding up his playing,
Yeah.
and editing it properly so that for Reels and for TikTok, so that it looked like he was playing 2-speed. So if he's playing it at half speed, he could play it. But obviously, you know, at the speeds that you're talking about, like an Eddie Van Halen sort of like level, it's very, very difficult to do that, and only a few people on earth can do it. And so this guy goes to the biggest. I can't believe, first off, that this guy would go to the biggest music channel on the internet and go, yeah, I'll do an interview and play for you, knowing that he can't play that.
Well, I feel like when you're that level of delusional, like you get yourself probably into some sticky situations.
Yeah.
Well, he has some obvious. He would have to have foundational knowledge of guitar for him to get away with that. But maybe he thought, I'll be able to do it on the fly there. It'll work there.
It'll just happen. I think that's probably what happened, right? Like he was probably like, oh, it'll just happen. So
the audacity of a man, the audacity of a man.
Yeah. So Danny Sapko published a video that accused the Italian guitarist, this is another YouTuber, of plagiarizing other people's songs, selling tabs to solos
No.
he did not compose, and failing to accurately credit smaller artists in his clips. And Giacomo Torra then had to
what does he have to
publish
say?
an apology video on his YouTube channel. And you know how these apologies videos go,
Hey guys.
right? Hey guys, something we need to talk about. And they're always sitting on the ground. SNL parodied that once. It was really good.
Oh God.
The entire account has now been seemingly taken down.
Oh, he's gonna get trolled, yeah.
Yeah. So as of this recording, it's down. His website is also down. And his artist page is down, and basically they've deleted a whole bunch of stuff. And so this Rick Beato guy, again, another person I've never heard of, but apparently he's got the biggest channel on the internet. That's by the way, the internet, right? Most famous person ever in this particular subsection of the internet. And if you're not in that subsection, you've never heard of this person, right? But this Rick Beato says, Giacomo Torra, I had him in my studio a few months ago. I had him because of his Instagram videos. He presents himself as a great player. This is before I figured out from Danny Sapko that he had stolen other people's music. Some of them are friends of mine. When Giacomo came here, he was coming through town. And when he came here, he played. I realized he could not play well enough to even put the video out.
And
So they wouldn't even release the video because they didn't want to embarrass him because it was that bad.
I'm sorry, but like, and that's very polite, but I feel like if you have the audacity, and he's obviously monetizing this,
Yeah,
he's, he's doing well, release the video. Like if you're setting yourself up to be embarrassed and that's audacious. I think they should have just released the video.
You think that? So
Like-
you would have just put that, like if he'd
Oh,
been
no,
on our
I
show
wouldn't
and he
have
sucked, do you
No,
think we
I
would have
wouldn't
put him
because
on?
I'd be like, I'd feel terrible. But
Because what it does, right, is it creates like a pile-on situation.
yeah,
where
you don't
you're
want to
like,
bully somebody, or I would say, Giacomo, you can't keep tricking the guitar community no more.
You're passionate about the
that.
guitar community.
Well,
You're right.
I don't know. It's the audacity. Like I don't think he feels bad unless he was caught. He wouldn't have
Right.
felt bad. Yeah, which
Well,
I don't like that.
So here's
That's
the thing now.
sneaky.
Now that he's been caught out and the guitar community's tough, man. They are like
Are they?
really
I
hard on
don't-
each
I'm
other.
not
Oh
from-
my God.
The guitar community.
The guitar community, like, listen, musicians are hard on each other.
Yeah.
And it's because all of them wanted to be the greatest.
Yeah.
Right. And I respect that because they have a drive for greatness. This guy got to the top somehow and got everything that a musician could want, deals and a signature guitar. Like, how cool, like how amazing, right?
Yeah.
And now he's got to sit the rest of his life kind of in shame and like hide from it. That's like, he could be walking down the street and people recognize him.
Would
Eh,
you recognize him?
I have no idea. Like I told you, I'd never heard the name before,
Giacomo?
but it did make me think about other influencers that have been caught for things
Yeah, like and publicly shamed.
and publicly shamed.
yeah.
So there's one, the second, I'm going to give you two.
Okay.
The second one here I know because of a Netflix documentary.
Okay,
That's
who
how
are the-
big
yeah,
it was.
okay.
It was a Netflix documentary.
Okay.
But the first one I hadn't heard of, but I thought you'd find this interesting. Giovanna Mendoza, Instagram influencer, promoted a vegan lifestyle and even offered a detox program for $99. Now,
Is she Australian?
I have no
No,
idea.
okay.
Belle Gibson is. That's the one we're
Oh,
going to
okay.
get to
That's what I'm
next.
thinking of. Yeah.
Anyway, so she offered this detox program for $99. And any doctor will tell you that any quote unquote detox you're going through, that's just basically what your liver does.
Yeah.
So unless you're detoxifying from like literal alcohol and drugs, you're that's quite the look you just gave me.
No,
You're not really detoxing anything.
Yeah.
Like people are like, oh, I'm just on a cleanse. No, you're not. You're just drinking juice for a week. Just say what you're doing. Like it's okay. But she said it turned out that Giovanna Mendoza was not sticking to the vegan lifestyle. She was accidentally caught eating fish by a follower of hers
Sneaky.
at a restaurant who posted the video online. Can you
Like
imagine?
zoomed in with like
Yeah, so
live
she's-
footage of her eating fish.
At a restaurant eating some fish.
Oh
By the
my
way,
God.
a lot of vegans are like that. They're like,
Pescatarian.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's pescatarian. Just call it pescatarian. Eat some fish, whatever. Fish can't scream. You don't feel as bad about it. That's what it is.
No,
that's totally what it is. By the way, that is 100% what it is.
Careful. Okay.
100%.
They are passionate
Yeah,
community,
no, it's
and
like,
I'm scared
oh no,
of
I
them.
can pet these, but the fish aren't really cuddly, so I'll eat them. Hey, listen,
Nemo.
this is coming from someone who eats just about anything, so I'm down.
All right.
Giovanna later issued an apology
Jesus.
explaining the vegan diet had led to health issues for her.
Oh, she
and her
needed
doctors
her. Yeah.
advised her to include meat and eggs in her diet. And by the way, this is why we don't take diet tips, any sort of diet tips, whether you're losing weight, gaining weight, whatever, from people other than somebody who's been to school for it.
Yeah.
Get to a dietitian. There's plenty of them on TikTok. I got a friend, search Abby dietitian on TikTok.
Okay, but
She's amazing.
Here's the question: is that again another unregulated, wild west thing? Because you can, I'm sure that most of these dietitians are actual dietitians on TikTok,
Yes.
but you can just say that you're a dietitian and start an account and fool everyone.
Yes,
and
you can. Just like you can say you're a great guitar player and edit.
It's guitars and food and gut health. Like I don't trust anyone.
Now
That's what I do.
the one you referenced earlier, and this is where people have got to be so careful, man.
Yeah.
Belle Gibson,
Oh yeah.
holistic diet. She was one of those people that had like a cookbook and everything. And she said that eating a holistic diet helped her fight cancer.
Yeah, like she was healed. Yeah.
Now this is this. So there are people that believe this.
Mhm.
One of them was Steve Jobs. Like if you read the Steve Jobs book, he thought that he'd be able to cure his cancer by eating properly. And it ended up killing him because
What?
he could have, well, no, you read the book, like it's in the book. There are people that suggest, doctors that suggest, had he just gone to the doctor and dealt with it, it may have been a really rough road, but he probably would have had a better chance of surviving.
Was he listening was he listening to Bell or like that sort of?
No,
like,
but it's that sort
that
of
vibe, yeah.
And you know, if Steve Jobs, for instance, was always like that. Again, it's in the book, but basically, like his friends and family would make fun of him because he was such. He would say it was health. I would just call it like disordered or picky eating.
Yeah, that's just
where
this
he's
disorder.
like, it's like it doesn't eat like that Simpsons joke. Like I'm a level 5 vegan. I don't eat anything that casts a shadow. Something like that. He was like that. And so Belle Gibson, you're talking about cancer and you're talking about holistic diet. She said, so she put out a cookbook, which she claimed fans' money would be donated to charitable organizations. However, in March 2015, it was reported that Gibson had not actually given any of the $300,000 she had raised to charity. And as a result, fan inquiries and subsequent criticism, she ultimately came clean and said she never had been diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah, you can't do that. Like,
and
that's
there's crazy footage of her. It's you got to look up the documentary. It's so good.
It was on Netflix, dropped a few months ago, right?
Yeah, and they have her like on a morning television show, and she's supposed to have cancer. And the host goes to her and she goes, "I can't believe how good you look. You look healthy. You look really good." And she's like, "Yeah, it's the diet, whatever." And it's like,
how do these people have souls?
I don't know. She got a $410,000 fine by a Australian federal court for faking charitable donations, which were never made. And there's way worse than that.
Mhm.
But these are the things you got to be. It's so amazing what people can do. I even think there's a video that went semi-viral this weekend of our prime minister in Canada here. For anybody that's watching, his name's Mark Carney. And it was AI. And it was like him saying he was doing something. And people were totally fooled by it, especially older people who don't know how to catch the cues.
AI, but you know what? I am not an older person and I don't know some of the cues anymore.
It's good, right?
It's
really
too
good.
good. And sometimes I wonder, is anything real?
Well, I mean, I think, what are they saying? Like 30 or 40% of the internet is already AI slop. They call it slop. And so what that means is there are theories out there about the death of the internet. And one of the theories is, the internet at its best is and was an explosion of creativity, right? Mm-hmm. It gives up people like us an opportunity to do this outside of like a radio station.
And connection. And people being able to connect.
100%.
Yeah.
Like we can do the kind of show that we want to do without any oversight.
Yeah.
And if people choose to watch and listen, well, then we can profit off that, or we can make a living off that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so many influencers, creators, and stuff have done that. The sharing of information of the opening up of the medical community, the science and tech community, all that's, you can get blueprints to anything.
Mm-hmm.
If you're an architect, you can study things in a way that you could never do that before. We have so much more knowledge.
Connection for queer community, trans community, people finding like community. Families anywhere in the world. It's been beautiful until.
Well, they're saying that so like, for instance, Facebook is, they're estimating about 30 to 40% at least just AI generated, and they call it slop because
it is so brutal.
It's not just the one account that's posting it, a bunch of boomers commenting underneath it. All the accounts commenting underneath. So it'll be like, here's a picture of Jesus made of Coca-Cola bottles, and it's like some kid in Africa. It's right, like you'll see it, right? And people will be like, praise the Lord and whatever. And all of the comments underneath it are bots. Yeah. They're AI bots.
Yeah.
And, if you've ever seen those videos of those AI farms, like on literally, if you go on TikTok or Twitter, and it's like, here's somebody who says an outrageous a-hole level thing, and they get 50 people underneath agreeing with them. The human condition will tell you, well, that person must be onto something.
It's confirmation bias, isn't it? Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But all of those comments are bots.
Yeah.
And so the theory about the death of the internet is that it's not 30 or 40%, it's like 99% AI slop. And then it becomes unusable at that point.
You know what I've been getting that I have a problem with?
What's that?
That TikToks of dogs turning into people. You getting those where they're laying down and then they stand up and then they start walking. No, you're not getting those videos?
Wait, I have ones where like, this is what my dog would look like if it was a human.
No, it's like...
And that, I always think that's weird. Like, your dog isn't a human.
It's a dog on the floor and there's no context. Why would you want to
put that on your dog?
It's walk and then it gets up and morphs and has abs.
Is it AI?
Yeah, you know what I mean. Stephanie knows what I mean. You've seen this, yeah. It's spooky. You've seen?
It's terrifying.
It's terrifying. And I say scroll. See, I think that's why, I mean, TikTok was going to be banned, quote unquote. But I think TikTok is one of, I mean, it's a terrible place in so many ways, but it's one of the last platforms that isn't just slop and isn't just like absolutely wild and harmful content being shared. Like I went on Facebook the other day to do something on Marketplace and I was like, this is terrifying.
Oh, it's a mess.
It is terrifying.
Well, and this is where it's like, it's hilarious because, Mark Zuckerberg's going on like Joe Rogan and Theo Vaughn and talking about how workplaces are too feminized. And I'm like, dude, do you know what's happening on your great creation? The one great idea Mark Zuckerberg had.
Yeah.
And he's been trying, which he did steal. And, he's trying to, what he's trying to do with his life now is come up with the next great idea.
Mm-hmm.
But in actuality, what he's done is, he did take the Facebook idea and add to it. But then he bought WhatsApp, he bought Instagram. He bought the VR company, he bought everything else that he's purchased, right, with the money that he's made. The one great idea he had, Facebook, has fallen into the gutter. And it's been like this for like 7 or 8 years.
It's brutal on there.
It's terrible. It doesn't give you anything. There's no reason to be on there. And it's so funny to see him like not understand that.
Yeah.
And, he tried the metaverse thing.
He's full out of touch.
Disaster.
He's out of touch.
Totally. Well, it's also like if you build houses for a living.
Yeah.
And you still own the first house that you built. Are you going to let it fall into disrepair? Or are you going to be like, this is the first house I ever built and I'm really proud of it? And he's just let it die.
It's a trap house.
Now,
it's dangerous.
So
it's haunted.
How long was it before you saw something that you're like, oh, there's somebody's parent that I grew up with, and that's QAnon or that's racist adjacent?
Yeah,
or
I was like, ooh,
it takes about 3 seconds.
People complaining about anybody in our country. Yeah. I think it was a little bit of homophobia that I saw first after maybe 3 swipes, and I thought
that's classic.
I thought,
actually. That's a throwback.
Get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And I but listen, we like Meta in the regard that share our reels. Please, Meta. Don't beg to the overlord, right?
Yeah,
but yeah, it's a mess. It's an absolute mess.
Now, I want to ask you something about the influencer thing.
Okay.
Do you have any influencers you follow?
Like, I don't know if they'd be quote unquote influencers, but they are people who have made money off of their products. Yeah.
Okay.
Like Mel Robbins, for sure.
Okay, so Mel Robbins would be like an influencer.
I love her. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Have you ever bought anything an influencer was selling?
Yep, her books.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
I bought the Leather Theory. I like that.
Yeah.
What else? Just Mel?
I don't know off the top of my head. Can I look through my following
look through your
list?
Instagram. I want to know who you're following.
Oh my God. Adam, don't put me on the spot.
No, this is good.
Okay.
There's a few influencers I like that are like I like that Kyle Gordon guy who does all the parody songs.
Who's that?
Have you never seen the Planet of the Bass and all that stuff?
Adam,
You've never seen Planet of the Bass? Stop it.
Adam,
stop it. You've never seen that? That's like the biggest.
We are on different algorithms.
Steph, have you seen Planet of the Bass? You know what I'm talking about, right?
No, I don't know what you're talking
You
about.
guys don't know. You don't know. You've never seen that?
Unless it's just like escaping my mind. I don't know.
Planet of the Bass. Like, no, Adam, we are
That's
on
insane. How is that possible?
Adam, we're not on parody.
Where the guy makes like he made a song that literally sounds like mid-90s dance from like Eurodance. Are you serious?
No, like I've never.
This guy's huge. The Jonas Brothers put him on stage. Are you kidding?
No, I don't care.
Then you might know him.
I
thought Steph would know.
Yeah, but only the cultural connection is the Jonas Brothers.
That's a pretty big connection.
I deeply love you. I love you so much. But like earlier, you made a Van Halen reference that I overlooked because I was just going to let you be.
I think
but
you
like,
know who Van Halen are.
I do, but like you, my honey, like you love
Kyle
classic
is younger than us.
and rock and music.
You've heard of this guy. You're telling me you've never heard of this guy. This is insane. No, I don't believe it. She's lying.
I don't know who he is. Maybe I know his face.
Lying.
Maybe I know his face.
She's absolutely seen his face.
Let me see his face.
Kyle Gordon. You've never seen this guy?
Is Jan Arden an influencer? I follow her.
Yes, I think so.
I follow her. General Motors. I'm influenced by them for sure.
You don't know this guy?
Like, Adam,
have you never seen this guy?
I love you. I've never seen him.
You've never seen Kyle Gordon in your life?
I've never seen him.
I am sending you all the. See, we can't play into the videos because they're songs and they're copywritten.
Do you know this guy?
No, I also
don't know. You've never seen this?
I'm shocked.
Guys, he's one of the most followed people on TikTok.
I don't know if that's true. Do you know that as a statistic?
He's got like, what is it? He's got 3.8 million
Oh,
followers.
there's people with many, many more. Go to anywhere in Korea. Like,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know
Any
me and
pop star in
understanding
Korea.
Korean. I'm
Well,
really
yeah,
into
I don't
Korean.
understand parody rock. And this
It's
is
not
why
parody
and
rock.
this
He
is
also
why-
does other things.
this is
too.
why
It was a
we're-
dance song.
This is why we're beautiful friends, because we are different.
okay.
We are different. And
So back to the influencers. Who are you following?
well, I don't know what like constitutes as
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you totally do. I bet they're gay. I bet they hold community events. I bet they're making things.
Scott McGilvery is not
they're
gay. He is a
I bet
home
they're bringing the
renovator.
community together.
Adam, don't. Adam's mad because I don't know
And
his rocking man.
I bet they're hosting picnics outside at Trinity Bellwoods Park in Toronto.
I don't go there. I don't go there anymore. It's too busy for me. I'm too old. I don't know. Like, I'm looking up creators and businesses that I follow.
Mhm.
I have a bunch.
Who do you? Yeah, Steph, go through yours.
Steph. Adam's turned on me. Adam's pissed.
I am because she's
God,
lying.
you don't-
She's
I
absolutely
don't-
lying.
I'm not.
I love me a good influencer.
Okay.
Um,
Who do you like?
A really great influencer is Spencer Barbosa.
Yes.
She's from Toronto.
Straight up. Mhm.
And she's all about body positivity, and she's like a young in her 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's just like sharing such great messages for
amazing.
young women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And she's huge. She's like massive.
Probably has more followers than the bass rocker.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
Ten
No,
of the
I
base?
think she does.
No, she probably does.
I think she's at like 10 million on
Oh,
TikTok.
good
no
for her.
way.
Wow.
Good for
She's
her.
huge.
Does she sell anything? Does she sell courses?
So
does
she
sell...
does. No, she doesn't sell courses.
Okay, good, because that's a grift.
She's had
True.
collabs with like Hollister and like different brands.
cool.
But she actually just posted a TikTok last week saying, here are some brands that have reached out to me that I said no to.
Hey.
Because she's really on like making sure that she supports brands that she actually uses
Absolutely.
as well.
Good for her.
Yeah. Yeah. She's really great.
She probably would have been more helpful in this segment than me. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Adam.
Steph, Steph, who else we got?
Erica Priscilla from New Jersey, New York. She's like a comedy influencer,
Okay.
I guess. And she's so funny and I love her so much. Yeah.
Now you also listen to like Call Her Daddy and stuff. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say
Alex Cooper. I
Alex-
guess.
Alex
Yeah.
Cooper is an influencer.
Yeah.
And I don't think, listen, I know a lot of people use those terms as like they're denigrating the person. Like, I don't think that is an insult at all. Like, she is one of the most influential people in pop culture at the moment.
And she's incredible.
yeah. You have to, like, it's like being on her show is like the same audience as you'd get on SNL. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So here's the thing with her. Does she sell anything?
She does now.
What does she do?
She has a new energy. I don't know if it's an energy drink, but it's called Unwell and it's like a hydration drink.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
Unwell. Oh, yeah, that's-
Everybody's making drinks.
well, because
everybody-
it's a profitable sort of venture.
Um,
And the idea is you hope that you can sell it to like one of the big companies, right? Like 50 Cent did.
oh yeah.
Remember he
made a
did
ton
vitamin
of
water?
money. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, he did vitamin water, made $100 million.
What kind of drink would you make?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I'd probably go into coffees or
A
something.
wild water.
It's wild water.
Wild
no, I don't think
water.
anybody wants to drink
I
wild
would
water.
drink it.
Like,
I
what's
would-
in it? Ooh, who's
Yeah,
to
from
know?
the wild rivers. Wild water.
Yeah, every
Yeah.
drink's different or every sip's different.
I hate that.